something, he will not hesitate to ask Krishna Bhagwan, here, Krishna Bhagwan, I don't understand what you're saying. And please explain to me. That's why also you need a sakha. Because अगर खाली भक्त होएगा तो वो चुपचाप बैठ के सुनेगा और अगर उसको भय लगेगा कुछ पूछने में, you know. So that's another psychology. And then, not asking question to put him down, but you saw how Arjun asked the question, hey, मेरी understanding में मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, please मुझे समझाइए. Because he does have the respect that whatever Krishna Bhagwan is saying is the truth. Maybe I'm not understanding it. And here, like I said, that according to, Bhagavad Gita, the whole knowledge is already finished over here. But moment this thing happens, Arjun has a doubt. And in the, verse 4 is going to come. And the doubt opens up another chapter. And then it starts again. Obviously, for our benefit, we need all the 18 chapters. We are by no means done. But outline Krishna Bhagwan ne already bata di. So one of the Swamis even joked. He said, अब Krishna Bhagwan को लगा, अच्छा मैंने तो गीता का ज्ञान दे दिया, अब ये धनुष उठाएगा और सीधा लड़ेगा. That ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. Immediately उसने प्रश्न पूछा और फिर कृष्ण भगवान ने उसको आगे बोला. So that is another part of psychology I wanted to see how deep it is over here, everything.
Brahm Vidya is explained as the supreme secret in the stanza. Later on also, we shall find Krishna repeating this idea very often. This mere dictionary meaning perhaps very conducive for the priest seeking their own selfish ends at certain period of history was insisted upon, and it taught about a lot of sad misunderstandings inexcusable among the Hindu community members. In their unrelenting attitude, the so-called orthodox priest almost chimed the death knell of our cultural vitality and strength. Vedas could not be and should not be the secret preserve of any one section of the community, however noble it may be.
So here, Swamiji is bringing out this very important point that Brahma Vidya is explained as supreme secret. So अभी देखो, when the knowledge को contaminate करना होता है लोगों को, तो कैसे हो जाता है? Oh, it is secret, so only Brahmins can teach it. There was 100% period in India where they did that nobody else can study this, and they made it so, and the Brahmin ne usko itna ulta seedha karke sab gadbad kar diya. And I think I had told you the story about Chinmayananji also, because he was not from a Brahmin family. After he came back from the Himalayas, and he had this strong urge, almost you feel such an urge to go and teach this to the rest of the world. And he had this ability to speak in English and appeal to all the educated people, because of the British Raj and all that had completely gone. And then I think it was Kamlaji who sent that video about Nalanda University, that how much knowledge got destroyed. They burned the library, and I have been to that site, I think 2019 we were there, and it is very impressive. 10,000 students used to be there, free university, and imagine, we talk about like students, 10,000 living on the campus. Not even like, it was very, very impressive, even though it was in ruins. But that's what it is, that the Brahmin people just, wanted to control it so much that when Chinmayananji came down, they wouldn't let him speak. बहुत उन्होंने उनका रोड़े डाले उनके रास्ते में, and they fought with him and all kind. I think that movies there उसमें दिखाया है ये सब. But he was determined, and then once people listened to him, they helped him. Many good-hearted people helped him and all that. So that's why he's talking about that how they misunderstood the secret word. Go ahead.
Okay. The secrecy mentioned here only indicate that a man, however wise he might be, may not come to suspect the existence of the Atman in himself, without being so advised by a man of experience. The self being that which is beyond the intellect, 341, the reasoning capacity in a man cannot come to suspect the existence of an eternal, changeless, conscious principle, subtler than the intellect, ever illuminating the thoughts rising in the every intellect. Hence, this science of truth is called here as the supreme secret.
So see how beautiful it is. Here, these are the words that you can use in your meditation. Um, the existence of an eternal, changeless, conscious principle, subtler than the intellect, ever illuminating the thoughts rising in the very intellect. So it is the source of the intellect itself. And one of the best example about this is that how you cannot know the source is, like the power behind something. So it's like, I'm looking through the telescope and I'm looking out to the telescope. The telescope doesn't know me because I'm the one looking through it, and I think I have used this example before also. Can anybody see their own eyes? Somebody say, oh, I see in the mirror. No, that's a reflection. We can never see our eye by ourselves because we are seeing it from behind. So this power of consciousness is the one which is behind everything. That's why it is not available to us, and that we have to read about it or hear about it and contemplate, and meditation we try to experience it. That's why it is called secret. Last, there is one paragraph.
Yeah.
I'll finish reading that.
Saying that the yoga had been lost by falling into the hands of the weak who could not control their senses, and saying that the generation had not been able to attain the object of life, the Lord adds the following.
Okay, so this is what this verse is. Anybody has any comment, question, or want to add something to this?
Umaji, I want to ask you the question which you are repeating, that we should this thing in our meditation. Can you just explain a little bit more about that?
Okay, so I can explain now. And
please.
as we go forward in Bhagavad Gita, more and more, and actually it starts more like from chapter 7, who God is. Like even Sushil ji had brought that point out that, hey, who is God? And as I said, that our teacher used to say, okay, Krishna Bhagavan said in chapter 6, meditate upon God, but we have to learn who God is, because otherwise I don't know how to meditate. So here it is, he's saying existence of the eternal. Eternal means जो हमेशा रहता है, right? Forever. Changeless, उसमें कोई change नहीं आता है, because eternal and changeless, these are all words that are they kind of related to each other, but it has a slightly different meaning, because हम लोग का जो दुनिया है वो change वाली दुनिया है ना सारी, हमेशा चेंज होता रहता है इसमें, हमारे बॉडी में चेंज होता रहता है, माइंड में चेंज होता रहता है, बाहर की दुनिया भी बदलती रहती है सब, लेकिन उसके पीछे एक चेंजलेस है, कुछ जो बदलता नहीं है, वो है कॉन्शियसनेस. और भगवान, आप नाम कुछ भी दे दो, ओके, whatever name you want to give, because some people have this allergy with the name God because of all the religion. The God is somebody sitting out there on the clouds with some danda and giving you all kind of punishment. No, that's not what it is. It is your own self, the substratum, तुम्हारा खुद का essence, समझ लो. So changeless है वो conscious principle. Conscious means चेतन है वो, जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना चेतन. It is conscious, ना जड़ नहीं है. Subtler than the intellect. और वो हमारी बुद्धि से भी परे है, क्योंकि बुद्धि की भी शक्ति उसी से आती है. That's another way of looking at it. कि बुद्धि में जो कुछ भी हमारे है वो वहीं से मिलता है हमको, कॉन्शियस से. Ever illumining the thoughts rising in the very intellect. और वो हमारे जो विचार है ना उनको पावर देता है. क्योंकि स्वामी जी ने अभी, मैं वो ऐप, आप लोगों में से कितने लोगों ने ऐप डाउनलोड किया, वो वाला किया? Very good. Are you listening to it?
Yeah.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Swami ji उसमें बता रहे थे, because I come across so many different things, the way he explained it so nicely. So he said कि जिंदा आदमी सोच सकता है ना, मतलब उसके लिए तुमको चेतन होना पड़ेगा. विदाउट कॉन्शियस प्रिंसिपल हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो इसके लिए ये सब वो है भगवान जो ये सब बताया ना. सो जब हम लोग मेडिटेशन में बैठते हैं तो एक तो होता है कि वे विचार को ही ख़त्म कर दो, लेकिन वो बहुत ऊंची वाली बात है कि हमारे कोई विचार आए ही ना. वो स्टेज अभी टाइम होता है आने में. किसी को आ गया तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, देन यू डोंट इवन नीड टू डू दिस. पर अगर हमको ये प्रॉब्लम है कि हमको दूसरे विचार आ रहे हैं, तो ये वाले विचार उससे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो. इंस्टेड ऑफ थिंकिंग ओ मेरा घर, मेरे बच्चे, मेरा खाना, ये वो सब छोड़ो, ये सोचो. और हम जितना ऐसे वाले विचारों में रहेंगे उतना, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, हीट मिलेगी हम लोग को. जैसे कि अगर हम लोग को कोई गर्म चीज़ हो उसके पास बैठेंगे तभी हीट मिलती है ना. तो ये हम भगवान के पास बैठे हैं, इसका मतलब उन्हीं के गुणगान कर रहे हैं, तो उन्हीं के पास बैठे हैं हम. दैट्स हाउ वी हैव टू लुक एट इट. फिर हमारा माइंड प्योर होता जाता है. दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड मेडिटेशन के लिए. बट देयर आर मेनी वर्सेस इन भगवद गीता that comes, and Swamiji tells us, meditate upon that. Like in chapter 7, there is one verse where it says, this whole world is strung in me like a pearl of necklace. I think it's called Manigana Sutre Eva, like that. So because, who's holding this together? All these things together, even physics. I mean, when you say physics, maybe wo jo ek atom hai, usko who's holding it together? Who's holding all these? What is this gravitational force and all? That's coming from that consciousness only. So he's saying meditate upon that. That's the Swamiji's suggestion of all those verses. So it's going to come as we go.
Thank you very much. Example of electricity.
I'm sorry?
Could you take an example of electricity and could use it also? Because without that, you can't do anything.
Right. And that's the easiest example today, in today's world.
Right.
Because आप देखो कि अगर अपनी 5 मिनट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चली जाए अपने घर में, क्या हैवक मच जाता है हम लोग का. ना हम गैराज डोर ओपन कर सकते हैं, ना हम खाना बना सकते हैं, ना अपना फ़ोन चार्ज कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. कितना भी सोफेस्टिकेटेड इंस्ट्रूमेंट क्यों ना हो, कंप्यूटर डज द मोस्ट सोफेस्टिकेटेड थिंग. बैटरी ख़त्म हो गई, हम लोग जूम भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. राइट. सो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिकम्स सो इम्पोर्टेंट. सो अगर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को हम एग्जाम्पल ले, वही है कॉन्शियसनेस. उसका मतलब you can take it as a similar example. Consciousness is a primary thing. Without that, nothing is possible. And just like electricity is one, and equipments are hundreds and millions and thousands in the whole world, so same way, there are so many different objects in the world, but the consciousness is through everything. And हम लोग को लगता है कि खाली जड़ और चेतन चीज़ों में कॉन्शियसनेस है, बट वेदांत ऐसा नहीं कहता है. वेदांत कहता है कि जड़ में भी है, एग्जिस्टेंस इज देयर, एंड ऑल्सो इंटेलिजेंस इज देयर. रिमेंबर वी डिस्कस दैट कॉस्मिक इंटेलिजेंस इज इन द स्टोन ऑल्सो, बिकॉज इट्स बिहेव्स इन अ सर्टेन वे, एंड इट नो. सो उसका जो फिजिक्स का जो लॉज है वो भी वहीं से आया है. और तो दैट्स कॉल्ड कॉस्मिक इंटेलिजेंस. Does that make sense? Is that what you wanted, Meena ji? The example?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's very good, Umaji. Thank you very much.
So, any other question on Bhagavad Gita?
No, the only point that was very interesting is we need a guru because what we have is not enough for the realization. It's beyond intellect.
Yes, and exactly
and that's
right.
very important. That's why we need the guru, because otherwise, no matter how much intellect and mind we use, still it would bound, it's limited. But who is giving that power? That only the guru then comes and tells us.
Yes.
Though we have to use it, but he gives a direction.
He gives a direction, right. I think I like that GPS, guru positioning system.
Yeah.
When तुम लोग इधर से इधर जा रहे हो तो गुरु ले आएगा बीच में. और guru uses all kinds of tricks to bring you back. Sometimes, he might even use anger sometimes, who knows. And sometimes it might feel, why is he doing that to me? But he has a reason, why he's doing it. So if it's a real guru, he's going to bring you back on the track too, Any other thing? Everybody okay with these two verses? Oh yeah, one very interesting thing that that Swamiji from Delhi said. He said that pura gyan de diya, right? And if you take that verse 11 up to this verse that we just did, it's 108 verses. And that is a Brahma Gyan, he said. He's saying it's like a mala that, माला को हम लोग के मन के होते हैं ना, माला जब हम लोग मेडिटेशन करते हैं तो बोला कि अगर ये 108 के मन के तुम घुमा लो ना, पूरा गीता का ज्ञान मिल गया तुमको. I thought, my God. So that's what I was thinking, that this thing is so kind of amazing and there are hundreds of aspects of it and only the saints and sages tell us. If he didn't tell, I wouldn't even know about it. I was so thrilled. I said, I got to share it with all of you that, 108 verses are there, on the entire. And 108 verses, 108 number is very, very, divya, jisko bolte hain na? Very divine number. Yeah. So, anyway. So we can stop the Geeta here since it's 12 o'clock and we can go to our Upanishad. Another very important point, he said that when he said that 3 बार यज्ञ करो, उसका ये भी मतलब हो सकता है कि one who learns, knows and performs. मतलब सीखने के बाद वो समझ गया और फिर उसने उसको किया, वो 3 चीजें वैसी हो गई. बिकॉज अगर वो करेगा नहीं तो उसको फल नहीं मिलेगा. दैट्स ऑल्सो वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट थिंग. एंड ये जो 3 बोला ना उन्होंने, ये कोई टेक्निकल वर्ड्स हैं. ये जो लोग यज्ञ वगैरह करते हैं उनको मालूम होगा, मुझे नहीं मालूम. मगर इस ग्राह पत्यानी अग्नि, आहवायनीय और दक्षिणा अग्नि, वेरी टेक्निकल वर्ड्स फ्रॉम द वेदास आर देयर. वो भी 3 तरह के फायर होते हैं.
United with the 3, here again it may mean one who has the 3 great influences, namely the father, the mother, and the teacher. That is, he who has these 3 great forces or blessings, and who, though obedient,
through obedience, yeah.
Through obedience and reverence to them all, has come to claim their blessings. Or B, the 3 may refer to the 3 sources of knowledge, namely direct experience, pratyaksha, pramana.
प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण.
हाँ. Right. Inference, anumana.
अनुमान. हिंदी में वर्ड है ना, अनुमान से समझना. अनुमान means, like, yeah, कि भाई inference. हाँ.
Yes, yeah. Or word of wise.
आगामा. I was telling you, आगामा या इंडिया में वो जो शास्त्रों में आगामास भी हैं. Those are the words of the wise.
According to Shankaracharya, it may also mean see the Vedas, the Smritis, and the declaration of wise men's Shastras.
So just telling you 3 different kind of scriptures, the Vedas, the Smriti, and the Shastras, and the, 3 types of knowledge, how you get the knowledge, or 3 people in your life, mother, father, and guru, basically saying that having reverence for them and learning from them besides just doing the physical yagna.
The 3 duties, the 3-fold karmas that every Brahmana householder is expected to perform daily are sacrifices, chanting of Vedas, and giving away gifts in charity.
So ये मैंने 3 बताए थे ना, यज्ञ, दान और तप. Or you can, instead of yajna, you can say that chanting of Vedas means studying the Shastras. You can say Shastra Adhyayan बोल सकते हैं आप. So basically he's just saying कि खाली physical yajna करने से कुछ नहीं होता. You have to have these other things if you want the results. And that is logical, right? आगे बढ़िए.
Those who can afford to act up to all the above instruction shall come to enjoy a comparative peace and rest from the world of life and death in the kingdom of Indra.
खत्म?
Yeah.
मेरे में लिखा हुआ है when okay, this is what my paragraph says. Those who can afford to act up to all the above instructions shall come to enjoy a comparative peace and rest from the world of life and death in the kingdom of Indra, means Svargalok ho gaya, when they have realized the fire as the self. Brahma Jagnyam is but the name of fire. So Brahma se utpann hui hai wo, Brahma se, that's what it's called. The knower of what is Brahmaja, ये just उसके words का meaning बता रहे हैं वो, that is born of Brahman. Means, like I was saying, कि the source is Brahman of that fire, meaning the Jagat. So this world is made up of it. And here it says Jat Veda. Note that Jat Veda, all knower, is another name of the fire used in Veda. So Vedon में उनको fire को ये भी नाम दिया Jat Veda, means knower of Brahman. Means basically it's saying through the fire going backwards you can reach Brahman. Meditating upon it in the correct way. That's what it is. Okay. Any question on this particular verse? Comment?
It is expanded.
So what
Brahma
I have
Sutra-
heard is, yeah, sorry, go ahead, finish it. Then I'll tell you
So
something.
Brahma Sutra is the book which Sivananji compiled that in English. And there's this interesting story about Brahma Sutra. It can lie in your home, in your library forever, but you will never read it unless you reach a certain stage and you are destined to read it. And I've tried that experiment on many people. I've given it to them and brought it back to me, but they never had time to read it because they were not destined to read it. And it's written in there that if you read this chapter, you should have these qualifications. And I don't know how they did that, but that's the way. It's like the Nari Jyotisham that Agast Muni wrote. So anyway, I'm going past the point. But those Shrutis are the original. So anytime they had these discussions on Vedas, Upanishad, everything, they used to always go back to Shrutis and then verify with that, That was the verification.
So this is a historical fact that the people, it was oral tradition. We all know that. And then the way we are taught in Chinmaya Mission that वेद व्यास जी के टाइम पे जब कौन सा युग था वो जिसमें कृष्ण भगवान थे, त्रेता, राइट? वो युग जब समाप्त हो रहा था तो वेद व्यास जी को मालूम था कि ये अभी कलयुग शुरू होने वाला है और यहाँ पर सबकी मेमोरी बहुत क्षीण होगी, मतलब इट्स नॉट गोना हैव दम इन इट. हम लोग को देखो कुछ याद भी नहीं रहता. वी फॉरगेट इवन वेयर वी पुट आवर कीज ऑफ द कार. तो हम लोग वो याद कैसे रखेंगे? Out of compassion, then he put it in writing. So that's how it came that he compiled everything. But I think South में अभी भी वो लोग memorize करते हैं और वो जो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि चतुर्वेदी,
जहाँ के वो संस्कृत schools होते हैं ना भाई, वहाँ तो all is memorized.
yes.
No, actually, I saw this program. Now that Uma reminded, there's India Today. There's a program made by the British guy all over the India. It's worth watching, and they show in Tamil, South, they have all these mantras. They pass from Chela to Guru and they burn all the huts in which they practice that. And so it's all part of that it's not written anywhere because there are some bird sounds in them, or the bird sounds cannot be written. So those sounds have to be memorized.
Interesting. Yeah. And जैसे पहले ज़माने में बोलते थे ना कि ब्रह्म हत्या महापाप है, like because they said कि it was a oral tradition, तो अगर एक ब्राह्मण की किसी ने हत्या कर दी तो वो पूरा वेद खत्म हो गया because the guy had memorized it. That's why it was such a bad thing to kill a Brahman who kind of had memorized. And the other thing I was going to say, अपने इंडिया में वो last name होते हैं ना, चतुर्वेदी, त्रिवेदी एंड द्विवेदी. दैट मीन्स वो 2 वेदों को उसने मेमोराइज किया था या 3 को या 4 वेदों को मेमोराइज किया था, उससे वो नाम पड़ा है. सो वी हैव लॉट ऑफ हिस्ट्री लाइक दैट. Oh, I wanted to quickly ask everybody about this attendance thing that because a lot of you still said I will attend. So I think that personally, I know Joe and I like this when people say I am going to attend. It's like affirmation. And
Yeah, it also means that you are serious about the class.
yeah, and I like, to me it is
Otherwise,
like a
you say, well, I can go, I cannot go.
true,
Oh,
true, and
I-
that's how I started this whole thing, and it was not just ki bhai, there are few people and nothing like that, but it just gives a little affirmation and it gives a little positive energy, to our class. And
Umaji, may I express my views on this?
yeah,
Last time we discussed this you set it open to everybody to decide, and you expressed the same thing that you're doing now. That you, as the person who is the moderator of the class and who is like a guru for us for the period of this class, if you like us to let you know that we are coming, and as Joe rightly says, it becomes a commitment on our part to be actively involved, I don't think this should be an issue at all. It's done. We will all let you know whether we are able to or not able to. And this is a very small issue.
I really like Niloji Shraddha in the group.
See, Joe, if I was running a class, I'll have my own system of doing things. Whether you like it or not, you are going to do the things that I want in my class.
I mean, I want to be sensitive to everybody.
No, but
I want
that
to
will be
sensitive.
order. This is like,
No, it's
So in
not
order
order.
to cut down the email,
No, it's not
You
an
only
ego
say
or
when you're
anything.
not
That's a
attending.
discipline also.
Nilu, don't be so aggressive about the issue.
I'm not being
Just
aggressive.
try to
Kamala.
understand.
We have
Try to
discussed this
understand where the
before.
people are coming from.
Okay, one thing I want to ask everybody in this thing:
Listen,
do you
listen,
have your
listen.
notifications on, or you have it off for your WhatsApp?
Even we keep the notification.
No, I'm just wanted to
off.
know.
Still, we see 5 messages, 6 messages, and we are bound to look at those.
This
And
is what I'm
unnecessary
thinking.
disturbance.
It only happens on Monday and Tuesday. That's it. And to me, when I say I want to look at it once, because these messages are not very long. They're just I'll attend. In one glance, I know. So it's not
also,
like
I feel good that all these other people are coming too.
to me,
I'll also come.
the only reason I do it, I feel like a pulse in the class is there, like I'm connected with all of you. And because I said don't, so Minaji did not reply because I asked not to. And honestly, I missed it. Hey Minaji, it's like for me, it's like a connection with all of you.
how
You know?
about if you are not coming, then you only tell. Otherwise, it's there.
You know what, Shireen? Nobody does. I'm sorry to say there are other 10 people on this. Nobody told me they are not coming. That's a human nature. When it's affirmation, it happens. You are saying people should tell you when they are not coming. They don't.
And it's like saying hello. Like you say Hari Om every time.
Yeah.
So it's like saying Hari Om, I'm coming.
Okay, if everybody agrees. it's
Kamla
not a
ji,
big
you are in
deal.
minority. But I'm
it's
happy
not a
you are
big thing.
still smiling.
It's not a big
It's
thing.
not a big deal.
We should not take it that
Kamala's
seriously.
point is valid, but it's not a big deal. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a big deal at all.
So anyway, I think that to keep Joy and me happy,
Yeah.
everybody just do it.
Because
I did miss it, the 1 or 2 people. And the funny thing
I
is,
love to attend the class. I attend every time, but I just don't respond. And I'll keep doing same way because I postpone everything. I put everything aside for this class, and I love it, and that's okay.
no, that's fine. And the funny thing is, even though after I said it, don't, 10, 12 people said that I'll attend. I said,
I can write for you, Kamla. Kamla,
No, that's not a big thing. It's not a.
perfect, Joe.
These are little things. We should not take them so seriously.
no,
That's
we
fine.
should not. So anyway, कोई और आध्यात्मिक बात करो अभी इसको जाने दो ठीक है हम
और
लोग
कोई अच्छी बात करो.
Adhyatmic.
So
Life
let
is
me share another nice thing with you guys. So when you said today, Umaji, that 108 is an important number in Hinduism, that is because we have 108 names of Rama, Shiva, Krishna, and this thing. So the 101 that we give and take, and we have started considering as an auspicious number. Does anybody know the reason for that?
101 you mean?
Yeah.
One is to go back and do it again. Yeah.
101 or 108?
No, 108 is an auspicious number. But when we give gifts and things like that, we do it as 101. 51, 21, 11.
I think
Do you
one.
know where that ritual
Yes.
consists?
Sushil ji is saying
One-
yes.
One is given as that we will continue. It's not going to stop at 0. We will hope that we can continue with this, and that's why they use number 1 at
Yes.
the end.
That's what I
Yes,
heard too.
absolutely. You're very right, but there's another reason also, Sushil ji. What I was told by my father-in-law, that in the olden days, there were only 1 rupee notes, 10 rupee, 20, 50 and 100. There were no other. These came in later. So when a girl was getting married or a mundan was being done or some religious celebration, they would have the elder of the family, that's the father of the bride, sit in the middle, and all the chachas, mamas and all will give him cash to help him towards the wedding. So they didn't have envelopes that they put the money in and gave. So what they would do is, if I was able to give only 10 rupees, I'd put a 1 on top of it so that only the receiver and the giver knows what has been given. So if I was able to give 100, I would put
interesting.
100 and a 1 on top and give it, so that only he and I know, and the other 2 brothers who are unable to give 100 don't feel bad. So this was a ritual in Kashmir, Jammu, Punjab, UP and Bihar. The South Indians still do 108. So we have carried on using this 11, 21, 51 and 101 as our token of gifting.
Yeah, interesting.
Very
Now you
interesting.
write a check, nobody would know what you are giving.
That's right. And you put it in an envelope.
Envelope, true,
And nobody
true.
gives it to the parents of the bride and groom. They give it to the bride and groom. So things have changed.
Yeah, things have changed. But we are completely making a circle around, because पहले होता था ना, पैसे देते थे, फिर गिफ्ट का आया, रजिस्ट्री का आया, पर अभी वापस आ गया कैश. अभी सभी बोलते हैं डोंट ब्रिंग गिफ्ट्स, बिकॉज आधे तो गिफ्ट वेस्ट ही जाते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
सो
अब पहले ज़माने में
देने वाले
शादी
के लिए भी
वाले
अच्छा हो गया, नहीं तो गिफ्ट वो कहाँ ढूंढने को जाए, कौन सा किसको
And
पसंद
पहले
है.
वाले दिन जो ये हम कहते हैं ना संगीत का रस्म, संगीत की रस्म was that you sat down, और जो देन लेन है उस दिन होता था.
You know, ये संगीत का, see, because I'm married to a Punjabi and I went to the Punjabi wedding, let's say maybe like 30 years ago. And that's when I understood what this संगीत was. उसका रूप इतना बिगाड़ दिया लोगों ने, इतना बिगाड़ दिया कि पूछो मत. You know what संगीत was? Because वो मोहल्ला होता था, तो रात को सब कुछ काम वाम करके औरतें बोलती थी चलो छत पे जाते हैं. All the neighbor used to come and they used to sing and dance. लेडीज करती थी यूजुअली, आदमी लोगों को इतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, मे बी घर के बच्चे थोड़े आ जाए, बट इट वॉज जस्ट फॉर फन. देयर वॉज नो फूड इन्वॉल्व एट ऑल एंड देयर वॉज नो कंपल्शन. जिसको फुर्सत है वो आ जाए, चलो गाना बजाना करते हैं, बिकॉज सभी आए हुए हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड संगीत. अभी तो वो पूरा, ओ माय गॉड, दे मेड इट सच, उसका रूप इतना बिगाड़ दिया, पूछो मत.
It's commercialized.
Yes, but उसका भाव कितना अच्छा था. They did it that way when I went there 30 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. And जिसको नींद आ रही है फिर वो चला जाएगा. But जो लोग, some people, you know, they like a little हल्ला गुल्ला, so that's what they did.
Umani, I'm curious. You said you're married to a Punjabi, but you're not Punjabi?
No, I don't even know what I am, because my I'll tell you what, it is my grandparents from both sides are from Haryana. And we are Agarwals. Even my husband is Agarwal, and we are also Agarwal. But
Okay, then you're from Haryana.
I'm from Haryana, but I was born in Mumbai, and my father left when he was a baby, and I think my father was born in Calcutta, someone told me. But he came as a very young boy in Mumbai, and then I was born in Mumbai, so I have a very mixed culture. So when I got married to Bharat, you know, in America we got married. I went to Punjab for the first time then. Yeah. So otherwise, I had never been there.
Love marriage. You're from
No.
North only. You're from North only. Haryana, Punjab.
I mean, because I didn't grow up there, so I don't have. My husband calls me, oh, इसको तो मतलब, he thinks that मैं तो बिल्कुल ही pseudo Punjabi or North Indian, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. And I call him the Tate Punjabi. Like I said, you know, his accent also is totally.
Where is he from in Punjab?
He's from Batala. Batala is near Amritsar.
Amritsar.
Yeah. So now I have been, every 2 years we were going to. So I know Punjab very well now. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
You know, one topic that I wanted to quickly bring in 5 minutes left, because I was doing the translation, I came across Swamiji's thing. You know, when we were talking about how do I know is what I'm here to do, like you know, like physical world. एक तो है spiritual journey हो जाए. तो उन्होंने इतना अच्छे से समझाया उसमें कि when तुम्हारी जो ड्यूटीज अगर तुम लोग लाइन में रखोगे ऑफ द थिंग विच यू रियली इंजॉय, बट हाउ डू आई नो व्हाट आई इंजॉय, ई सेइंग व्हेन यू डोंट थिंक अबाउट इट टू मच, उसका तुम ज़्यादा विचार वगैरह नहीं करो उस बात को, सहज होता है जो. एंड द एग्जाम्पल ही गेव कि कोई सिंगर है, यू नो, वो इतना अच्छा गाता है, वो ऐसे ही गुनगुनाएगा तो भी बहुत अच्छा गाएगा, राइट? सो देन उसकी वो वासना है गाने वाली. और अगर तुम उसको पूछोगे हे हाउ डू यू सिंग सो वेल, ही विल टेल यू व्हाट इज वेरी इजी, यू ऑल्सो सिंग. जब हमने शुरू कर दिया तो वी विल साउंड लाइक सो हॉरिबल, यू नो, लाइक सम फ्रॉग और समथिंग. It comes easy to him and he never thinks about it. That's called your real vasana that you are born with, and if you do that it does not cause you any stress at all.
Actually वो जो श्लोक है ना गीता में, जो श्रद्धा बिना विनय और फिर तर्क नहीं होता, because once you have विश्वास and faith, so then you don't question everything. So those questioning disappear, that energy goes toward the work you are doing.
True, but what I was trying to tell you is all of us have something in us. When we do that, we don't think about it much. It just happens from our us. That's what I'm talking about. And one of the examples I have in my own family is my sister's granddaughter. She's only 11 years old and she's such a good cook. और वो जो कुक मतलब वो हमेशा तैयार रहती है कुक करने को. And she makes it, she's only 11, she makes it gourmet food. And you know, like she wants to do it so bad. Nobody needs. उसको होमवर्क करने को बोलोगे तो उसको बुखार चढ़ता है. खाना बनाने को वो पूरा दिन किचन में बैठी रह जाए, you know. So वो ही उसकी वासना है.
पिछले लाइफ का होता है.
Right. So मतलब अगर ऐसा कोई काम अगर हम लोग पकड़ लेना करने के लिए तो हमको बिल्कुल स्ट्रेस नहीं होता, फिर हम लोग उसके बारे में सोचते भी नहीं है. I thought he gave a very good examples. I thought because sometimes we wonder कि ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है मेरे में जो मुझे करनी चाहिए, you know.
Only thing is when you do that, then there is a God with you which tells you not to do.
No, that's not what he's talking about, because you know, like.
No, I'm just kidding you, because मुझे जो है direction शिवजी ने दी कि see God in your wife.
You're going in a different topic now. You're going in a different topic. We are talking about how to line with your own inborn vasanas. Yeah.
Like I enjoy playing bridge, for example, all the time. So.
You know, like because.
I enjoy whatever I'm doing. I just do it. My motto is just do it. You have to do it. Just do it. Don't think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I also do most
think about it. Half the time we'll go in thinking.
See, what Swamiji was trying to point the point, when you are in line with your vasana, you don't think about it, it just happens from you. That's the point I was trying to bring. उसमें वो बोलते हैं ना, संकल्प विकल्प करने की वो गुंजाइश ही नहीं रहती फिर.
Right.
That's what it is.
Everybody's so quiet.
We are just listening. The topic is so good.
I was just thinking about Ram. I met him in Krishna temple actually. And
so मैं उनसे कभी नहीं मिली, तो मुझे नहीं पता कि आप लोग किसकी बात.
Asha.
Yeah, Asha was always, when you go to Krishna temple Janmashtami, she was sitting there giving all the things.
So I must have. I just didn't put the name and the
seen
face.
them by face and don't remember them by name.
Yes. I'm sure.
So when we relocated from England, we came here on a Thursday, and on a Saturday, one of the Indian people